Welcome to the Hustle Wing podcast. Today we are joined by Jonathan Chaikin, and he's going to chat to us about his idea today. And yeah, we're just gonna have a nice time. So thank you so much for your time, Jonathan. How are you feeling today?
Feeling good. Thank you for having me.
Good. So what is your software service?
Yeah, so we're calling it Reconnect for now, but not 100% sure if we're set on the name. But it's a SaaS platform focused on elderly care coordination. So it
Okay.
addresses kind of the challenges that families or caregivers see in managing the well-being of their elderly relatives. So
Mm.
it provides a comprehensive solution, facilitates communication, scheduling, health monitoring, information sharing, and so on for
Okay.
different family members and healthcare professionals and other caregivers in terms of taking care of your loved ones.
That's really cool. Okay. I love this idea already. So what is the do you know how it will work? Like, are you going to link with the old age homes and get information from them? Will it be like a, profile that, the families can log into and check on their family that way, or how will it work?
And the idea is that anyone who needs to track or be an active participant in kind of the daily lives of the elderly people and their family would have
Yeah.
access to what I see as a platform. So
Mm,
when you have doctor's appointments or meetings with other healthcare professionals, they can
yeah.
kind of enter the data that they have coming out of that meeting, whether it's like new
Mm,
medication or
mm,
upcoming different upcoming meetings and stuff like that.
yeah.
And or if they have wearables, if like my grandma has a
Mm,
glucose monitor, if that
okay.
that can be connected to it, so it can just be monitored. And there's different levels of kind of like security clearance for the family
Yeah.
members. So like
Yeah.
I necessarily don't need every single detail of the medication my grandma's taking or something like that.
Mm,
But my mom and her brother, who are in the daily lives, and the caregivers, she has full time help.
yeah.
They would have active notifications going on to say, oh, her
Okay.
glucose levels dropped or they rise. And then,
Yeah.
oh, she has a doctor's appointment tomorrow. Do you want to confirm you're going to make it? And stuff like
Yeah.
that. And then I also see this as if someone's in a home, like a retirement
Mm,
home or there's a facility near us called Whitehall that takes care of people who are of that age but are also kind of not in the greatest of health.
mm,
And it would connect the two and kind of like let you collaborate. And then I also see this as a little bit of like a social platform. So it's
yeah.
not like going to talk to other people, but if I want to see pictures and updates from like how my grandma's doing, or
Yeah.
my brother who lives in California while she's here,
Yeah.
he's able to see if we upload photos to that as well.
Awesome. Awesome. This is a really cool idea. Thank you.
Yeah.
So, what is your story? Are you close to your grandma?
Yeah. So growing up, I was very close to all of my grandparents and kind of older relatives,
Yeah.
and recently I've become a more active participant. I went to school out in California. I moved back
Okay.
to Chicago. My brother stayed out in California, and
Yeah.
so I've been pretty active in kind of taking care of her. And
Yeah.
so with like I mentioned, she has full time help. Like I like to know which helper is working with her on that day if I want to come visit is
Yeah.
when are her doctor's appointments. If I'm there, I
Yeah.
like to know, has she taken her meds yet? Has she not? Like I want to be on
Yeah.
top of it, help out where I can.
Yeah.
And so that was one aspect of this is just like, how can I play an active role while not texting my mom saying which helper is working there, or has she
Yeah.
take asking the helper, has she taken her meds yet?
Yeah.
Um, and so that was one part. And then the second was we had a recent incident with an aunt of mine who's pretty old, and
Mhm.
she had an episode where she was driving home from her granddaughter's swim meet, and something happened where she ended up just driving to Michigan 4 hours out of the way
Oh,
without kind of even knowing it.
yeah.
And a policeman called us and said they found her asleep in her car in a gas station. And it was really scary for all of us to get that call. My mom had to babysit the kids while her son drove to Michigan to pick her up. And
Yeah.
I just thought there there has to be some way where we could have been notified if she didn't make it home by the time we expected, or if she left
Yeah.
a certain vicinity.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, like most likely she'll lose her license and we won't have to worry about this again. But like there was a way to avoid it beforehand,
Yeah.
and there's just no way we're the only family that would be going through something like this.
Definitely not. Yeah, I feel like, um, you know, technology and software and stuff, and just generally life in general, seems to always look towards like the younger generations, like the youth and stuff. It kind of really kind of disconnects with our with the older generations. I know my parents are definitely not as technology savvy as I wish they would be. You know,
Exactly.
so it does get difficult, and I understand how stressful that must be when you're trying to track and you have like no idea what's going on. So
100%. And I feel that because of that kind of lack in knowledge of them not using technology as much, they
mm,
don't take advantage of places that it could be helpful. And
yeah,
so I think there hasn't really been a ton of like tech enablement in this space.
yeah, there
Like
hasn't.
I bought my grandma like chairs that you can use like that are electric that can help her like stand up because she's not
Yeah,
great at standing. And then
yeah,
things that like can go in like the side of her car to help her like pull herself up. And so
yeah,
they're all like little like tchotchkes to help her like around the house and stuff, make her life
yeah.
easier. But there's totally a space for kind of a SaaS platform to
Mm.
help us around her take care of her better as well.
Yeah, amazing. Okay. So, what's your long-term goal for the platform?
My long-term goal would be to get every family and kind of healthcare provider partnered on this platform. So
Yeah.
I've thought about the different revenue streams and like partnerships you could have, whether it's like
Mm.
subscription or like a freemium premium model,
Yeah.
partnerships with professional caregivers or kind of chains in that sense.
Yeah.
Definitely want to integrate with wearables and IoT devices. And
Yeah.
then there's a ton of data you'll get from this too that can all
Mm.
be really used to help out people in the healthcare industry
Yeah.
to better create products or services for people as they get older in age. So I
Yeah.
think there's a lot of space out there. Definitely, maybe even like white label this for like Sunrise Living and other facilities of that sense.
Mm.
So yeah, I think there's a lot of directions you can go,
Yeah.
and it's again it's early stages. I think kind of seeing the competition that you were talking about kind of sparked my brain to work faster on it, so I appreciated that. And yeah, just with the way technology is going and the
Yeah.
fact that like our grandparents are not going to be around forever, like you obviously
Yeah.
want this something like this being made sooner rather than later.
Yeah. Awesome. So, what are some of the challenges that you're currently facing when you're looking to sort of launch the product?
Yeah, I think that security and privacy, how comfortable our family is going to be wanting to use something like this. Like you're going to have a lot of information out there. So
Yeah.
they need to be reassured that
Yeah.
what they're putting out there and what the doctors are sharing and their healthcare providers are sharing on a
Hmm.
platform like this will not be exposed. So I think
Yeah.
that's a huge thing.
Yeah.
The next would be scaling the user base. People are set in their ways and they're not always accepting the change. And so taking something that has been kind of a word of mouth and something you need to see with your eyes, and when it comes to like taking meds and
Hmm.
helping someone of that age, I think taking that to a technology can be a little scary, especially
Yeah.
in this day and age when it like you said, it's my mom, like I have to show her how to call an Uber, like it's
Yeah.
scary to introduce her to a new platform
Yeah.
that will help her take care of her mom. But
Yeah.
it's it's also like exciting if you can get the buy-in. So I think education is going to be the next piece. It's like
Yeah.
you're not going to have a person to train every person who would be on this platform. So
Mm.
really having a strong education piece for people who sign up for the first time is going to be a big challenge as well. And
Yeah.
then I think getting the partnerships that we talked about. There's a
Yeah.
lot of different healthcare providers, a lot of different facilities out there
Mm.
that can really make this to the full potential it has,
Yeah.
and kind of reaching all of those and getting their buy-in as well will definitely be difficult.
Yeah. Amazing. Okay, cool. I mean, I definitely hear you. I feel like the biggest one would definitely be the sort of, the information aspects to make sure
Yeah,
that, because primarily I'm sure the users will be older generations, because they would be taking care of the people who are no longer, on the retirement age. Like people in the retirement age have, children that are a little bit older, sort of the boomer age, that are not so technologically advanced. So that would make sense in terms of like trying to target them and also trying to make it like accessible and understandable
e-
and easy enough for them.
exactly. And my thought is, thinking really long term with this,
Mhm.
if we can get them on the platform now to help their parents, by the time we are their age and they are the parents that need the taking care of, they're
Yeah.
already used to using it. And
Yeah.
then and so it's kind of like getting the first generation to be able to use a platform like this. If it
Mhm.
gets the acceptance and kind of the buy-in from an entire generation of people,
Mhm.
it'll be really difficult to get them off and onto something new. So I think
Yeah.
if you can be a first innovator in this space, a first disruptor, it's going to create its own barrier to entry,
Yeah.
in my opinion.
Yeah. Awesome. Oh, cool. Cool. So, would you be open to collaborating with, some people in our community if they feel like they would, be able to assist you with bringing this idea to life?
100%. I think more importantly than me being the one to make this, it needs to get made. So
Yeah.
I will be a user if someone can do it better. But I'd love to accept any help that I can get. Like I said, I'm very close with my grandma and my aunt, and like if a platform like this existed now and I
Yeah.
missed it during my research, like let me
Yeah.
know and I want to get on it. If not, I would love to get this made and hopefully have people who are in my position and my mom's give them
Yeah.
something that can help them out.
Yeah. Amazing. I love how you say that like it doesn't matter whether you started it or somebody else did as long as it's out there because I
Exactly.
feel like you've got your heart in the right place. Like it's not about the money or it's not about, you patenting it or anything like that. It's about assisting the people that need assistance at the end of the day. And I love that you have a heart for
100%.
that. All right, cool. Well, thank you so much for your time, Jonathan. I love the product. I mean, I feel
Thank
like
you.
you were really passionate about it, and I wish you all the best in future. And yeah, we'll definitely be connecting again soon.
All right. Thank you so much.